Hey all, it's Seb and
Altair.
we're here for Hey all, it's Seb and
Altair.
we're here for perhaps the creepiest chapter in our campfire tales. Although I don't know, that other time though.
Okay, I don't know if this is the creepiest, but this is up there. There's nothing about this experience that was not just ugh.
It's nightmare fuel for years to come.
Oh yes, we're gonna need therapy, but you know what? Not the creepiest. Anytime this guy is involved though. Anytime.
Anytime he's involved, it's terrifying, and this is the voice that's been in my head since the start of this a week ago.
Yeah, I'm really sorry for that. I feel like I lucked out.
I think you did. Couldn't I have stumbled and, I don't know, hit August Stone? Or Nagar's Stone? Or, heck, even Borga's Stone? No. I hit this guy's.
Yeah. Ugh. The worst.
Yeah. So, we've just been almost murdered by shadow puppets. And then we had a hunt with a spirit bear. Turns out, not a spirit bear. Like I said, it's just Sivo screwing with us because he can.
I mean, it seemed like a spirit bear. It seemed like a bear in the moment. You know, delicious.
And then it was a spirit bear. And then it was Sivo Ganic popping out of the ground to be like, hey, y'all.
A stupid puddle of ink.
That he didn't fit in, mind you, at all. But there he was. And I'm just like, oh, you can transport through the nightmares in my head to get here. Wonderful.
Ugh. Does that mean he can show up anywhere?
I feel like he can. He can fit anywhere because he worms his way into your brain and drives you nuts.
The worst one ever.
Yep. Alright, so, like, he's there. And we're just staring at him after we've screamed like small little puppies in need of their mothers.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I screamed so loud.
Yeah. He pops like a puddle, and he shakes everything off, and he's staring at us with all of those green eyes. You know how everyone talks about, oh, Sivo's got a lot of eyes? Sivo has more eyes than you think Sivo has.
And they all move, like, independently, and they all blink out of turn. There's no... It's just... it's a discomforting mess.
It is. And then he smiles his big old wild smile at us.
Where it kind of curves around like it shouldn't, right?
Yeah, it was wider than his face. Like, it didn't fit on his face. Like, his face folded out to make the smile happen.
Ugh. Okay, so I feel like I should probably tell you something. I probably should have mentioned it, but we were kind of caught up in the moment, so the voice in my head was back again, much louder this time, and it was kind of to the effect of, that's right, I super hate this guy.
He'd been so quiet the whole forest, though.
I know, but then he was just so loud, and he was like, you know what, we can deal with the frozen one, but this one annoys us. So just kill him and eat his heart.
What?
Yeah.
That's why you charged him?
Yeah, it seemed like the best idea in the moment, because I'm like, if you eat his heart, you get his power, and then you are the master of fear, and nothing will ever scare you. So I just kind of bared my fangs and was like, I'm going to take his heart out. I don't think he has a heart. In retrospect, I think the voice might have been lying.
Yeah. I think the voice might have been lying. I think he tried to get you killed. But I thought you attacked him out of reflex from being scared.
Oh no. It was very purposeful.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, Altair did attack him, and I was like, oh no, Altair's so afraid. Oh crap, how do I help him? I know I just did something courageous, but I'm not that courageous. And thankfully, as he bared his teeth and was all like, grr, I'm gonna get you to Sivo just remained calm. Like, creepy calm.
Creepy calm. It kind of took the wind out of my sails.
Yeah, because he's like, ooh, how exciting. You decided you wanted to pick a fight with me. Wonderful. That's interesting. Just like that. Everything was always, ooh, that's interesting.
Ugh, even your impression of him just, ugh.
Yeah, so he stares at us, and he's just like, put your teeth back in your head. We have things to talk about. If you don't, I'll have to kill you all slow and torturously. And as much fun as that would be, they'll get annoyed at me, but they're always annoyed at me, so maybe I'll do it anyway.
And, you know, that was enough to give pause even with the voice in my head screaming, so I kind of just froze in place, I guess, and stopped snarling. I'm not really sure. I might have just looked shocked in the moment.
Yeah, because he's just like terrifying, and then he says something that's just like the creepiest thing, because he looks directly at Altair. He's completely ignoring me, and he goes, it's just like, he chose such a fearless Toko to represent him, and I applaud that. But those without fear are more often than not fools.
Which, voice in my head was grumbling about, but at that point was just a little too scared and I really couldn't hear him. I'm sure he's probably shouting about it.
Yep. And then he glanced at me and he's like, oh, you finally made it. And I was like, what do you mean I finally made it? And that's when it clicked. He was the voice in my head. It sounded the same. That was him, the guy pushing me towards all of my fear.
Okay, I don't understand how you heard that in your head and were for even a moment convinced that was your conscience, because that was far too creepy.
It got more distinct as we went.
I guess, but I'm never going to forget that voice.
No, that'll haunt our nightmares forever.
I'm sure he'll love it.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. And you're all sitting there going, okay, so he sounds a little creepy. Big deal. That's not what the problem was.
It got worse.
It does. So he tells us, he goes, Milanik, the Devourer, in all of his glory, requires spirits, and therefore our dear, busterously blizzardous brother has sent along you to me to collect such a spirit for him. They're not all quite the same, and this one is oh so special.
Yeah, we probably should have questioned that a little more. Like, a spirit's a spirit is a spirit.
Yeah. We should have questioned a lot more things more, but we just took all the wrong choices up front.
Yeah. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm blaming it on Sivo. Dude was creepy.
Yeah. He's like, so I shall summon the spirit for you. And we're like, oh, okay. And then he licks the lantern.
Just like he's still sitting across the glade and his tongue just reaches to lick the lantern. It's like a good 10 feet.
Yeah, it was like a good 10 feet. We're just like, what is wrong with this guy? Also, how does his tongue not stick to it?
Right? It's made of ice.
And then the truly horrific thing happened.
Oh, just thinking about it is just no.
So turns out, Sea Volcanic has 2 mouths. Now, if you hear him tell it, everyone has 2 mouths. It's fascinating. No, they do not. Borga had 1, I have 1, Altair has 1. We do not have 2.
But Sivo has 2, and it's disgusting. Utterly disgusting.
So it turns out, you know that, like, the thing that they depict that kind of looks like the line between the white and the orange? Or red or pink? I don't even know, and it's really hard to tell in the dark. Turns out, that's his mouth. His actual mouth. And he just kind of, like, uncurled it so that half of his body rose up, and you learned that that's this top, like, jaw. And I was like, wait, what?
The whole thing. Arms and fake head and creepy tongue, and there's a second tongue, and oh.
Yeah, there is. And the inside of his body is just rows and rows of dirty teeth in a black void.
Oh God, just the stench.
And the stench. And the the tar drool. And it was just, we stood there paralyzed in fear. If he had decided in that moment in time that he was just going to swallow us in his hell maw, we couldn't even have tried to run.
Nope, I don't think it even crossed my mind. I think I just kind of blacked out for a moment.
Yeah. And then he howled. He howled intensely. It was terrifying. And I think I kind of maybe blacked out then too.
Yeah, like I don't remember anything. Well, I remember seeing what we saw, but like...
So we're standing there, and he howls, and then all these dark spirits just come roaring out of the forest around us. Shadow puppets and bear spirits and giant ogreish creatures and these weird things that look like human hands all sewn together to make a Tokota.
Yeah, just everything imaginable. But you know what? You can't even worry about those because you're too fixated on the giant hell maw in front of you.
Yeah, it's like a doorway to the black abyss of the world.
I wonder if it was a vortex just pulling them all in.
I don't know. And then he kind of like curls himself back on down like everything is normal and fine. And that's that. And we're just like, okay. And he's like, oh, wonderful. You've made it. And out of all these spirits, there's one that was kind of like smoky and
Kind of purple?
purplish. Yeah. And it had like little eyes.
But they weren't the creepy, like green and red and everything we were seeing. They were like yellow? Amber?
Kinda. They were just small little eyes, and it had a little paws and little ears, and at the time we didn't really realize what it was. Our brains were on overdrive.
Yeah, and we didn't really have time to investigate further in the moment.
And Sivo's like, on you go, little one. And it floats over to the lantern and just kind of gets sucked into it.
Yeah, and it seems not happy about this because the lantern just starts rocking back and forth violently.
Yeah, quite a bit for a while. And we're like, okay, now we have apparently a living spirit. What the heck? What are we going to do? And Sivo's like, oh, perfect. You have done as you need. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And we're like, he goes, go on, take that off to Milanik, lest he devour you too. And I literally open my mouth to be like, where? And he's gone.
Just blink and gone.
Yeah, melts into another puddle on the ground, and all the dark spirits are gone, and we're standing there like, where? You just told us if we don't take this to Milanik, he'll eat us, and then you didn't tell us where Milanik was.
Mm-hmm.
Just
my God. The most unhelpful guy. I understand why they all don't like him.
Yeah, he is. He's that creepy guy that sits in the corner and laughs, and nobody's excited to see him. Also, the literal worst guide you could have gotten. Borga was more helpful, and Borga froze us in place and threatened to kill us multiple times. More times than Sivo did.
But at least he said follow the ravens.
Yeah, we didn't get ravens. We were just told, go take this to Milanik or die.
And not even that Sivo would bother to kill us. That Milanik would.
Yeah. God, he was so unhelpful.
The worst. Literally.
And this is where another weird thing happened. But we'll get to that next time. Because we got out of the forest. And we kind of went to bed. Just like, I guess we'll be lucky if we're not dead when we're awake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we took our lantern with us. And we found a nice little hill. We went to sleep so far from that forest. And I'm never going back there again.
Never.
Ever. And we'll tell you about that one next time. This is Altair and Seb signing off.